super hot. Hey, give me my
Might be in here.
respect. Give me my respect. I just took it left like I'm Debbie Dex.
Yo, what's going on, world? Welcome back to another Marvelous video. It's your boy Marvelous. Today we got something new coming to the channel. I'm with my dog Bert. What's good?
What's going on, everyone?
Yo, we are starting up a new video podcast where we're going to talk about anything and everything. But coming up right now, you know, we got fantasy football. Football season is here. It's so exciting.
A week away. Preseason's completely done. We're ready to get started. We did a little mock draft. We have 4 rounds we're going to show you, and we're pretty excited.
Let's get into this mock draft we did. The first 4 rounds, it's a little different. It's different than what you're used to. Go ahead and tell them what we did.
So what we did was, we have our draft board here, as you can see. So we started off as I'm the first pick, he's second, I'm third. So I start off with all the odds, he's evens. And then as soon as we get to round 2, we bounce backwards, where now I'm picking off of what he just picked.
Yes, sir.
So first, there's rules. In fantasy, if you want to be a winner, you got to take running backs, man. That's at least for me.
Debatable.
I think you need to take running backs early, because if you don't take those top like 5 to 6 of them, it starts getting a little, you know?
Yeah. I mean, this is the way this board looks like. It basically breaks down to, you know, these guys are going to go pretty much everyone's teams in these first couple of rounds. It's just about like how you could stack them and arrange them and what's going to work out best for your team, and at least in our opinion. So
yes. And there's going to be a few picks that everyone's going to be like, what just happened? But that's what we're here for.
Yeah, because
so we're here to have excitement, and risk and reward is always a big thing in fantasy too. So.
Yeah, and you know, especially like in those home leagues, like a lot of people will pick like their favorites or something. It just shakes the draft, and you know, we kind of have a little bit of that to taste. So you'll see.
All right, so here we go. So with my first pick, it was obviously a no-brainer. Everyone's got to go JT right here. Yeah. Jonathan Taylor. He is such a workhorse. He's a baller. They have Matt Ryan over there now. It's going to be a whole different ball game, and he's going to get fed. He's going to get fed.
Say less, my guy. Second off, you know, this is actually a little tough, you know, for a lot of people. I'm not going to spend too much time, but number 2 pick, you can do a lot of different things. I know a lot of people can go Cooper Kupp. They can reach Justin Jefferson. They can, you know, go whoever. But for me, at 2, he's still the guy. CMC, he's running down the street, down your homes, down the field.
Hide your kids.
Hide your kids, hide your wife. He's coming back. I don't care about the injuries. He's going to be all right.
PPR machine. He could be.
Come on now.
He could end the year number 1 by far too, especially Baker.
I know, and I know people say what they say about Baker, but you know, he's still a quarterback. He's still good. He's still elite. At least, you know, enough to get the job done. And at least with CMC, that might help his production. Like, everyone's covered. I'm gonna escape the pocket, feed it to CMC, dump off. You know,
dump off.
Come on now. So
number 3. Like I said, a lot of people might in a PPR league go with Cooper Kupp here, but I still believe running backs are scarce, and I don't think that injury last year really scared me too much. I like Derrick Henry, man. And at 3, you really can't go wrong.
Yeah, I feel you. King Henry, man. King that man. He is different. His workouts are different. His mindset is different. His stiff arms are different.
That boy is... I wouldn't want to get in the way of him.
Yeah, I feel
hell no.
That's not a bad pick. That's a little controversial, too. A lot of people, you know, say what they want. If you've been doing mock drafts, you've been keeping up, the values have been all over the place. But, yeah, I feel you. Running backs are scarce. And King Henry is a guy that I'd rather have him on my team than playing against him. That's for sure.
That's for sure.
So, at 4... Listen, this is a little maybe controversial, like we're saying. We're going to shake things up, right? But for me... Wow. I'm picking up Justin Jefferson, that boy JJ. I'm grittying all through the way, dude.
Over Kupp?
Over Kupp, bro. I think he's going to have a better year. Maybe Cooper Kupp has a regression. He's still going to be elite. He's still going to be great. But I feel like young JJ and that wild offense, like they're young, they're exciting, they're powerful. Like, I like it.
Hopefully Kirk, who I think is pretty underrated.
Yeah.
I think he's going to feed him a lot. Mm-hmm. He's going to feed him a lot. Over 100 catches, 100%. 100%. So I still believe in the running backs right now. And especially PPR. This guy could easily maybe even go number 2. I like Austin Eckler here.
Yeah, that's so again
with Herbie, there's no telling, man. That offense could score 30, 40 points a game.
Easily. And the problem is like these guys are sliding like you see because some people lose faith, but you know, if you can grab them at this value, it's like you have to.
I like Eckler at 5. Yeah. I like him at 5.
That's perfect. It's a little risky earlier on, but at 5 you can grab him. That's perfect. Again, the value, speaking of letting people slide and not letting them go any further, Cooper Kupp at 6, you can't let him go any further than that. I mean, the fact that he slid this far is insane.
Yeah. He could easily be 2 or 3. Like, easily.
And most of the mocks I've been doing and my realized drafts, the actual one draft that I actually did so far, he did actually slide. A lot of people did let him go, so that may be not as uncommon as people may think.
Because I know a few people in our league that we are commissioning for. Mm-hmm. I know a few people have been talking about him going number 3, so we know who that is.
All right, what's up next? Who we got?
So this is where I kind of shook things up, and I actually took a receiver, and I think Jamar Chase is unreal. Ooh. What he did his first season with Joe Burrow is just
another gritty boy.
I can't even believe, he was wide open right there in the Super Bowl at the very end of the game, too. Wide open, but we're not going to get to that because Aaron Donald just took over.
On to next. Jamar Chase, though. Jamar the Merrier. Shout out to my boy B. But yeah, Jamar the Merrier. I mean, he's a good pick. He's going that top 10, and it's a lot of people don't really like picking up wide receivers in the first round. But if you're at that ending kind of 9 through 12 in a 12-man league, it's not a bad option. So speaking of which, well, to me at least, I'm kind of glad you left him there. But if I'm getting this guy at the 8th pick. Someone who could potentially win your league, be a top 5, even top 3, maybe even the best RB in the league at the end of the season. That boy DC Dalvin Cook is gonna be your guy, man. What? I'm ecstatic, elated, all of them, everything above.
The amount of touchdowns I've seen him run, over 40 yards too.
Oh my
40, gosh. 50 yard, just nobody even near him.
Can't even catch him.
Insane. So I kept up with the receivers here. So they switched it up. We're in Las Vegas here, and I like Devontae Adams.
Yeah,
I like him here. He is the best receiver in my opinion in the league, and maybe Aaron Rodgers was a big key to that. But honestly, I have to take him here. He catches everything, and him and Derek Carr, man.
See, that's what I'm scared of because I'm always damn, it's a new system. I don't know how it's going to operate, but that connection's already been there.
It's been there from college, man.
So if it looks like they're having a good camp and they're developing that chemistry, and like you said, Devontae catches everything. Derek Carr has just been needing that elite wide receiver. That's all he's been missing. So
this is scary hours.
Yeah,
scary hours
for sure. So after that at 10, this is another steal pick. If you can get this running back at number 10, I mean, come on. This draft has been shaken down crazy, but again, this may not be as uncommon what you think. So you may be able to get a great steal pick with Najee Harris at number 10, prime boy running back. He snapped his first year. What you want?
I had him as a rookie. And my team was Najee or Nice. I came up with that actually. I thought it was pretty clean.
That's clean.
But he wasn't nice in the playoffs for me. So I'm a little... but he does catch everything. He had 50, 60 catches, and they have nothing over there. They have to run. They have to run them.
And let's not forget, those people who have that little bitter taste in your mouth. It does affect the way you draft. They really do.
Yes. Another running back with great upside. Mm-hmm. A lot of people in the past were always skeptical about him. But with JoJo now, man, you got to take the other Joe Mixon.
Joe Mixon
here, man. He's always been a Le'Veon Bell kind of ish guy where he catches everything, he runs everywhere. He's a PPR monster too.
Yeah, Joe Mixon, I love that guy. I mean, I even follow him. I love when his lives. He gets hype. I mean, he's a great guy. He's lit. So like you said, he catches. He's a workhorse. I mean, he's the guy, and that offense is high powered. So yeah, you can get him at 11. That's great. That's a great value. Speaking of great value, now real quick, at 12, I'm taking AK, but understand anything can change.
That's crazy because that's my pick, so it's kind of scary. But I do love him, man. I've had him a bunch of times too, and
but so anything can happen, right? Right now, as of Schefter's report a couple weeks ago, it's looking like he's not going to get suspended. There's not going to be any punishment, at least for this year, right? I don't know. We'll see more into that, but if I'm presuming that he's not going to get any kind of suspension this year, I'm loving that pick at 12. That's a steal. That's a steal.
I like it.
Yeah. But anything can happen.
To double up on the backside now to start round 2.
Yeah.
I like Deebo Samuel. The man does it all. Buddy over there wants to use him in everything. Jet sweeps, reverses. He might even let him throw the ball. Who knows? I think he should have every tag. He should have a running back, a QB, a tight end tag. He does anything on the field, man. He's crazy.
Oh, my gosh. You want him to coach? He go get the coaching. He don't get the coaching gear on. Like,
for real.
Yo, Debo is that guy. I like that. And, like, you know, I'm not a big wide receiver guy in these early rounds, but he's one of those guys, like you said, he does everything. And to pair it with a star like Alvin Kamara, I think that's a good mix. Another good mix to pair off with Joe Man Mixon is going to be my guy, Debo Swift. Oh, sorry, I said Debo. Debo. Imagine Debo and DeAndre met a baby Debo Swift. That'd be crazy. Wow. Nah, but DeAndre Swift, yo, I think this guy, like AK, has that style of run. He's dynamic. He can do it all as well. And, you know, Lions, yeah, people hate on Lions, but listen, those games are tough. Every game... He loves his running backs.
What did he say? Like, I don't care if you have 3 toes and half your asshole or something. He said, I just want to win, bro. That boy just wants to fight. I don't know what he said, bro.
Bro, so you can count on that team to fight and have a good time, bro. They're going to put up points fantasy-wise, and Swift is a monster, bro. So
I like Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit
maybe not like... I don't know. I kind of like them, man.
Detroit versus everyone, dog. Detroit versus everyone.
I miss him. So my next pick here to pair with Najee Harris would be Stefan Diggs. Ooh. And I think as a PPR monster, you're already getting 2 players now who are really going to fill the point sheets.
Diggs and Najee Harris. That's nice. I love Diggs, man. With Josh Allen, I mean, Josh Allen's been finding a way to just get everyone involved and put
Diggs. Did he have 10 touchdowns last year? Finally, I think. Diggs?
Maybe, bro. He had his year, and like... I mean, ever since the Minnesota Miracle, that guy is, you know, he's been on fire.
Animal.
Yeah, he's different, bro. So, yeah, that's a great pick. Coming up after that, so the pair with Tavante, I'm going to go ahead and pick up Javonte.
Oh, wow.
Listen, I know the Melvin Gordon split share might scare people, but this guy is so good. The way he shakes off tackles, the way he, like, gets open, like, he can do it all as well. And, like, he's a prime young talent coming up, trying to make his name. Like, you got to love the guys like that. The best part, he's got Russell Wilson now with him.
That's
Come on.
Serious work.
Yeah, I can see so many goal line just finishes by him just easily, bro, because they got down the field and were able to, like, stay on the field and create more drives,
So this is where I kind of shake things up.
Oh, boy.
This is a huge reach. Huge. But to be honest, I know there's a few people in our league that will be picking people like this, like favorites and everything. So I think Saquon right here, man.
Saquon?
Is a very interesting pick, man. He was a top 5 back for how long before this injury?
Oh,
now he is completely healthy. He says he's feeling the best possible. D. Jones is going to feed him, man. He going to feed him.
Well, you know, listen, I'm a Patriot fan, and I have, like, these rules in my fantasy league is never pick up a Giant or a Jet. I actually broke that rule into my first draft because I picked up 2 Jet players, but I would never pick up a Giant player. I can't. But I get you. You know what? Because all things aside, if I had to really look at it, like, as a, you know, objectively view, Saquon is a beast, bro. Saquon, like, he is a monster.
It's insane.
And if you paired him up, who's it, with Dalvin Cook and Saquon Barkley, and if Barkley goes back into form and you got basically...
Two running backs like that,
yeah,
bro, you're cleared up.
That's nasty.
Cleared up.
That's nasty. I went and picked up Leonard Fournette. I mean, listen, he's still up there. I know he's going kind of high, but he's worth it with Tom Brady and that offense, and he's a beast. I had him last year. I mean, he had 30-point games. Like, he saved me some weeks, bro.
He gets all the goal lines, you know? Yeah. Unless they're like inches away and Tom's gonna do his little, you know, like they're giving it to Fournette.
I know they were joking about him like being out of shape. Listen, the man's back in shape. He's fine. He's good to go. Like, all them boys are good to go. So
I think running backs are starting to like, you know, you're like, dang, I might have to take like one of the better receivers here. But for this pick, I felt like with Cooper Kupp, I didn't want to double up receivers just yet, which a lot of people might have maybe taken Tyreek Hill here, but I went ahead and took my boy Aaron Jones. I love you, Aaron. You're my boy. And I know you're going to kill it this year.
Free Aaron Jones. Is he finally free?
I love that dude, man. So
I feel
he's a good person.
No, he's cool people, man. I love to meet him. But if he's, you know, that's the old joke, right? It's free Aaron Jones. And, like, is he finally free now with no Devontae. They're gonna need him like more than ever. AJ Dillon is there, and he is doing like more and more, you know. So he is kind of cutting into it. But I think the way they want to utilize both of them is like he'll still have like
he's gonna be on the field.
Yeah, he's gonna have plenty of shares, bro. So Aaron Jones is a beast, bro. I had him last couple of years too. Like I try to get him anywhere I can, and to stack him. Who'd you get him with again? Cooper Kupp. Yeah, no,
it's kind of like clear right there.
That's different.
That's nice.
So yeah, that's kind of how I feel on the opposite end with Austin Eckler and like Tyreek Hill. I'm like, yo, like that's scary. If those guys can get together in
10 catches a game each,
my gosh,
even from a run. And Tyreek, oh man,
hard over height. I mean, you seen the preseason game, right? Tyreek.
Oh yeah.
I knew they were gonna. Of course. What am I talking? Of course. I was expecting, something. I knew they would give us a little taste, but off rip, first 2 plays. First play was a beast place,
bang, bang.
Boom, just
Watch
let
out
you know.
for my fins this year, man. Fins up, yo.
Oh man,
fins up.
Let's go.
So then here with JJ, I paired with CeeDee Lamb. I think CeeDee Lamb is probably one of the bigger upsides of receivers this year.
Yeah.
Dak has to show out. He has to. Apparently, the Cowboys are America's team, but he has to show up this year. Yeah. So I think he's going to pull up, and I think CeeDee's going to have plenty of opportunities now without Amari Cooper there.
I feel like CeeDee's kind of had the reputation as like the star wide receiver, but like on proof paper, it's like just a little bit missing to get there. And this could be the year where he makes his like defining year. Now there isn't really any other like wide receivers like the rookie. There's Michael Gallup when he comes back, but. Is that going to be a problem where they're going to like double cover Amari Cooper? Is it going to be hard for him to get open? Yeah. I don't know, but he's going to be the main guy, and they're going to have to utilize him. So I like that pick.
It's a great pick.
To pair it with Derrick Henry, I'm mixing people again. I was like, I want to force these guys to have babies. Take these 2 strong RBs and make a stronger one. Nah, but the pair with King Henry, I gotta go with Nick Chubb here, yo. I love Nick Chubb. I don't care about Cleveland and no Deshaun Watson, this and that. It's maybe helps, Nick Chubb and his value. So Nick Chubb is a downhill straight runner. He doesn't catch too many balls in the backfield. He's not really a catching back. You leave Kareem Hunt for that, but what he does on the ground is worth it. And trust me, it's enough.
He always scores 2 touchdowns a game. Bro, it's always like 2.
I've never ever had the chance to have Nick Chubb, and it always hurts every time he like scores a touchdown. I'm like, I can never get this guy.
So right here, I felt like another PPR matchup that would scare people with McCaffrey. Now you have to go Keenan Allen, man, in this new offense. Like this, not new offense, but it's going to be way more new this year. They're going to open up the field a lot more. There's just so many options there, and Herbie's just going to throw everywhere. Yeah. So I like that pick there.
Keenan Allen, for some reason, I don't know, I couldn't tell you. I've been a little down on him this year, but he's one of my guys, like, from the past couple of years. I've always loved picking him up. Maybe it's because of where he's going this year, maybe a little too high for me, but I don't know why I'm saying that, because he does, again, put that value in his work. Like, god. He's the route god. I mean,
he's the best route runner in the league.
Best route runner in the league, yeah. He's literally that guy. So I don't fault you at all. I don't know, maybe I need to get a little off of whatever thing I got for Keenan this year, but coming up here to pair with Jonathan Taylor at the end of the second round here, I gotta pick up one of the last available running backs of that elite caliber, because a lot of people are kind of sleep on James Conner. Listen, he could still finish like top 5, top 10. Like, he has that capability with Arizona Cardinals, with Kyler Murray. I mean, he's gonna get plenty of touches, plenty of looks. Chase Edmonds is no longer there, so he has plenty of timeshare. I mean,
Hobbs suspended for the first.
Hobbs is suspended for first 6 games, so I can easily see James Conner being somewhere you pick up late and still finishes great. Yeah. So
he's still a good running back to have on your team.
Yeah.
And we'll take a quick break.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Jarvis, open the mask. Hey, Jarvis, close the mask.
Yeah. How you feel?
And we're back. We're starting on round 3. And to pair with Jonathan Taylor and James Conner, I think it's time to go first tight end now. I think he might even go in the second round a little earlier. But we got to go Travis Kelce here, man.
Yeah, I mean, he's clear-cut best tight end in the league. He's going to, do it for you at that position. You never have to worry about it. I mean, the guy's catching balls from Patrick Mahomes. He's like a wide receiver out there, basically. Just a big-ass dude catching balls in the hardest position to guard. And he's elite at his talent and his skill level.
And to say third round, though, that's pretty insane.
Yeah.
So,
like you said, a lot of people are probably going to take him earlier in some drafts. You never know with tight ends. I know a lot of my leagues, a lot of people like to wait on tight ends, but then that's created such a problem where like people just like feel like, you know what, enough of that.
Yeah.
This year I'm securing my position. So look out for Travis Kelce, T-Killer to get picked up. Quickly. Listen, this is another one. People might not, he's all over the place in these boxing, these drafts, and people's leaderboards and rankings. But to me, I've had him. He's a big guy on a powerful offense. Jamar Chase is not the only one, and when he's getting covered, T. Higgins is a big red zone threat. Like
it's a big risk of a pick early right now, but it could be a high reward in that offense.
And I feel like the pairing with Keenan Allen as his second wide receiver, and then you're going to have McCaffrey as a stud RB. I mean, those three already, to me, is a fine team to start off with.
Yeah. So on this round right here, we have a Derrick Henry and we have a Nick Chubb already. So we have to go receiver. It's like almost a must. And the fact that he's still here at this point, Mike Evans, is pretty insane. Like, come on, TB12, you already know he's going to toss hundreds and hundreds of passes. So Mike Evans is a pretty good pick right now.
Yeah, Mike Evans, to me, it's not like boom or bust, but, he might have those games where he doesn't go off. And then when he does have those games, it's like, those 30, 35, 40-point games, I mean, like, they're everything. And who's to know, maybe this season he does have consistent 10, 12, 15, 20-point games. I mean, that's what you're hoping for, especially at this value of this position, or at this time in the draft. You're looking to get, like, a wide receiver who's going to, be a secure wide receiver one lock for you. So, I mean, Mike Evans is a beast. He's a god. And when you're playing with Brady,
there's plenty of opportunities going around.
Yeah, so after Mike Evans, we got my boy. Listen, with Justin Jefferson and CeeDee Lamb, I've already got two clear-cut fire wide receivers. I got to start getting my running backs before they're all gone. And at this point, I'm getting Montgomery, man. David Montgomery, he runs hard. He's a nose hard hitter running back. Like, he's through the tackles swiftly. He goes north to south. He can go east to west. He can catch the ball. He can run the ball. Just
not too many options over there in Chicago right now.
Well, they're gonna have to get him going. So, and he's already kind of proven himself every year, like more and more. And this is just another great year to have for him to bring back.
This is his year. So I believe this is his year.
Yeah, and he's one of the last ones that you gotta get.
I love this pick here to go with Eckler and Tyreek Hill. AJ Brown, an absolute animal. He's on a new team. He wants to show out. He loves to talk, and I'm all here for it.
I mean, with Jalen Hurts, and to be the number one receiver, I mean, that's exciting. He's got to get to somebody, and AJ Brown is that somebody.
And
so.
Smith's there too. That causes a lot of people forget that, man. They got a nice little team over there.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad to pick up Jalen Hurts, and again, AJ Brown. I mean, we see he was hurt a little bit last year, but someone who's like that physical and that fast and athletic, like. You got to get these kind of guys.
Yeah.
You got to.
And I like Hurts more than Tannehill throwing to him.
Oh, for sure.
That's for sure.
Let's see. After AJ Brown, so we've opened up the tight end door, with Cooper Kupp and Aaron Jones. I feel like this is something I wanted to talk about, right? With Cooper Kupp, it's kind of like, I feel like it's almost hard to assemble a team with like Cooper Kupp to begin with. But then when you get Cooper Kupp and then you get Aaron Jones, that's like perfect. Now I got this RB and they're both going to generate these points for me that I need. Someone like this player, Mark Andrews, a tight end, elite tight end position, like again, Travis Kelce being off the board. Mark Andrews at number 2. Now I've actually made a nice foundation for my team, so I didn't have to go wide receiver, or wide receiver, RB. Now I've actually leveled it where I have a wide receiver, an RB, and a tight end, all elite.
Most
and now
balanced team so far,
right? And now it doesn't matter who I fill in out their position; they're gonna just be supplementary people to fill in the points. I've got basically my bases covered. So.
And everyone knows Lamar loves his tight end.
He loves his
tight end.
Yeah.
So honestly, I think he could even be the first tight end taken off the board.
Ooh,
honestly,
I
think so. And I'm gonna have to go with my boy here on the next pick with Jalen Waddle. You already know we're gonna hit the Penguins hella times this year. I can't wait. I'm so excited for South Florida right now. I think it's gonna be an insane year. A lot of passing, new coach, new schemes. It's going to be a lot of short little dump-offs and then huge explosive plays as well.
Yeah, Jalen Waddle, I mean, they had the chemistry already last year. You've seen it. He was already going to work.
Set an NFL record.
Yeah,
most catches for a rookie.
it's hard for me personally to get him early, but I understand it.
Yeah.
And with him and Tyreek Hill, I mean, there's gonna be open up so much playing for everyone. So I get it. So moving on, after Waddle, we got my boy Antonio Gibson. Because I feel like with Dalvin Cook, right? This is the team that I started with Dalvin Cook. And then you picked up Saquon Barkley. Yep. So that's a crazy running back already to go with. But now I feel like with a third running back. And the reason I say Antonio
almost
Gibson.
Secure now.
Now, this is including, like, right? Today's Monday. What's today? The 29th? So this is after the news of the rookie RB, Brian Robinson, getting shot. I believe they said twice, if not maybe more. But I think it's like twice in the lower body. Best thing, though, is he's coming back.
The news came like an hour ago, too, which is insane.
Yeah, and it's like...
He's doing good.
He's doing good, so mercy to God. Thank you. Like, greatness, like, he is good. Beyond football, like, it was an attempted robbery. And, you can tell it's like someone hating on, the guy, like, trying to make it. So, I don't know the details. We're just speculating, but, we're happy that he's doing well and that there's actually a shot that he plays this season. Because I don't know how that would, a gunshot wound. And then it said, like, several. I think it's, like, 2, right? Let's just say 2, but still. And you're still able to, like, they're saying you still have a shot to play this year? But, so, taking that into a fantasy account, Antonio Gibson, even though I don't know if you've been keeping up with the reports, it's been a little shaky because in the preseason game they had him like do some punt returns, some stuff like that. So they were like kind of like fantasy people were kind of like minimizing his stock and saying like, yo, Antonio Gibson might not be what people, he might not be more involved, and this rookie was gonna break out. Now that this happened, unfortunately, Antonio's stock has gone back up, and he's more slated to be the starting running back. And I mean,
it's such a weird division. That division's so weird, man.
He's kind of like, I think at this point, if you had a Dalvin Cook and Saquon Barkley, you can pick up a wide receiver, but to solidify your running back core with Antonio Gibson,
it's nice.
Don't
forget flex can be anything.
Exactly.
So let's get that.
Yeah.
So I went with another running back here as well, and with Cam Akers. Like, a lot of people are a little skeptical about him just because of that injury last year, but I think he's going to be all right. So he was so amazing. What was it? FSU, right?
Yeah.
He was just so amazing. He's fast. I don't know. I think this is the pick right here. So
yeah, I mean, the injury does scare me. He had a little problems last year, and then he had the Achilles before, and has a soft tissue injury, and I'm not sure how his recovery going right now. I'm hoping it's good, but he's on the Rams, like the Super Bowl defending champs, so
he's on a championship team.
He's slated to have a good year, but the injuries do scare me. But at some point he's going to be falling in these drafts. You got to take him, and especially if you need a running back or if you want to secure a running back, because again he can come back and he can kill it for you. And again, on a strong offensive power team, and people are sleeping because he's hurt, and you're able to save him, and then he comes back healthy. That's a prime investment that's paid off. So. I personally, those things kind of scare me, but if you're one of those people that can like hold off and it doesn't worry you too much, definitely grab Cam Akers. So, moving on, we got Najee Harris in this team, right? Stefan Diggs, my boy Diggs. Now, I like this guy, and it's a little controversial pick, maybe. I don't know if too many people know about him. He was kind of a sleeper if you not too involved in fantasy, but Michael Pittman Jr. is that guy, bro. Pity City, dog. I like Michael Pittman Jr., dog. He's a beast, bro.
With what they just did now with that trade, and they just picked up Matt Ryan. Was it a trade? I think so. But anyways, that offense is going to be elite now.
Yeah.
Elite, especially with JT.
He kind of reminds me like a Keenan Allen, the way he plays, like just a little bit bigger.
He's big body.
Yeah.
Big body.
Big body. So I like him, bro.
So another big body here, probably the biggest body of the league, DK Metcalf. That boy is an absolute freak of nature. Beast. Obviously, everyone knows that chase down. Like, what, bro? Like, he ran like 80 miles per hour or something?
He's still wondering how he caught up to him.
That boy having nightmares.
Oh, my gosh. But, yeah, DK, the only problem I have DK, right, is Geno Smith, right? So
no Russell no more. Like, we don't know what to expect.
Scary, man.
We have no idea what to expect.
I mean, give the benefit of the doubt. Geno Smith is a quarterback in the NFL league, so he's got to be able to be, somewhat capable to give these passes a throw. Listen, Geno, all I'm asking is you just throw it in the vicinity of DK. Just throw it somewhere in the vicinity and DK gonna catch it, bro. He gonna get there. So Yeah, it's a good pick, you know, and
especially late in the third round. It's pretty solid selection.
So moving on, I have this team, right? I have Alvin Kamara. You picked up Deebo Samuel. I selected to go with Chris Godwin again. Now, I'm being a little hypocritical because I just talked about the injury, right? But there's a story. There's a reason for that. Chris Godwin is a must start. God, all right? He is Godwin, bro. Like, there was his last season, I believe, and he had like a leg injury. And it was like all week.
Now it's his knee, ain't it?
It's whatever it is, I don't care. It was like all week he was slated not to play. It was like questionable, you know, it was in and out of practice. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to go with Chris Godwin. I had someone else. I just plugged him in. It wasn't a big deal. Man, Godwin ended up playing. And not only did he end up playing, he ended up destroying. Okay, this guy had like 40-something points on my bench, and I lost my week. And I would, bro, that was heartbreaking. After that, I learned one rule. If Godwin's playing, I'm starting him. I don't care if they say he's questionable. Doubtful.
He playing.
If he got shot.
That's me.
Too soon. I'm sorry. Yo, my boy's coming back, Robin. We're playing, bro. You're coming back, bro. But I don't care what happens. If he says he's playing and he's on that field, I am playing Godwin. Right?
That's an interesting pick. So then, to go off that, I like my guy Pitts this year. I'm a big Gator fan, and not even just that. He's just a receiver at tight end, really.
Yeah, it's a steal. Yeah.
Then they don't have what's his name right now because of gambling. So Ridley, right?
Yeah, Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, so that's a big L right there. Yeah. So I think it's his time to shine. And
Kyle Pitts is raw. I mean, I was
watching the quarterback is the only thing that's sketchy to me.
Yeah, Mariota.
Is he really going to be the starter? Mariota?
Yeah, I like.
Bring Cap in. Damn.
Bring Cap. Stop the cat. Bring Cap. I like Kyle Pitts. Yeah, I don't know if that's early in this, right here, but a lot of people, again, that tight end, like that fear of not having a solid tight end. Yeah. And if you can get someone like Kyle Pitts, like you said, he's basically a receiver, and he's out there, running routes and getting plenty of targets. I mean, he's a guy to have. So, me personally, again, I'm it's hard for me to pick up tight end, but I can understand picking up someone like Kyle Pitts. Yeah. Dang. So, moving on. At this round, at this late, and if I have a team like Joe Man Mixon, Deandre Swift, I've already solidified my running backs, and then I got a DK Metcalf, which I am hype on, but I can also like Geno Smith,
spice things up a little more.
To pick it up with this guy DJ Moore. I don't really talk about DJ Moore because I don't really want people to know about DJ Moore.
Everyone passes on him. Why?
They sleep, and I don't know if it's because of the years he's had with with Cam and just not really elevating. Like, he's kind of been really consistent, but we need a little bit more, I guess, for him to be like that Showtime starter. But that's okay because, again, a lot of people don't sleep on him. Yeah. And if this is another year, listen, I slept a lot too, but I've awakened.
Everyone has to remember Baker is there now.
Yeah. So. It's a little different. I don't know.
You never know.
I might need to wake up now. So
right here, I went with a 3 receiver set for the flex, and I like Scary Terry a lot. He scares me when I play him because for some reason when I play him, he drops hella bread on me. Hella bread, man.
Yeah, Ohio State product, bro. I had Terry McLaurin when he came out, and he was a rookie, and I loved him because I knew what he was about. He's a professional. He's a businessman.
He's so
the one thing the coaches rave about him is his attitude, his tone. When he comes in, it's like a professional really coming to work. Like, he plays no games. It's not like, ha, ha, ha. Like, no, this guy comes to work. Like,
I like it.
And he's arguably playing with his best quarterback he's ever had with Carson Wentz.
Yeah, that's weird to say.
It was weird, but, he's still a beast. Scary Terry.
Yep.
So after Terry, I had to pick up this guy. We did it, right? Because at first we weren't. It was Devontae, and then Javonte, and then you picked up Cam.
But I had to switch it up, but I was thinking about this guy.
But now we're at a Deontay.
So we're going wild over here.
But Deontay, he actually just had the shoulder injury in the last preseason game. I'm like, why do they have these starters out here this late of the game? It's preseason. Like, come on.
Preseason now.
But he should be all right. The only thing the one thing I have, right, because two things. Deontay Johnson is a very great beautiful route running receiver that's like he kills it. He's a beast. Like I picked him up in actually one of our drafts in our training day draft. So I am a full supporter, right? But again, now the shoulder injury, I do wonder. I'm like,
who's gonna start?
How is he? Well,
who's gonna start?
That's the second thing. I don't know.
You think Trubisky's gonna last?
That's the second thing, man. I don't know how I feel about Trubisky. They're talking good about him in camp, but
yeah.
It's him and then or the rookie, right? And the rookie looks good, man. Like, and I really want to say Pickens and Pickens. I want to hear the announcers say that. I want to hear it, but they're fighting still. I think right now Trubisky has a starting role, but it's very close. Pickens is still in there. There's trade rumors for Mason Rudolph, so they can clear some space and maybe get someone else in. But I mean, with Deontay Johnson. The quarterback, whichever one it is, I'm actually not worried because he's just such a skilled receiver that he'll do. It's just, if I have to just pick one thing, it's his durability. If he can really last a whole season,
I feel like he makes those
without getting hurt.
spectacular catches.
Yeah, but then it's like one hit just rattles him, and it's like. But he's a phenomenon. Like he's a beast. So
the next player here that I took, I feel like is also one of those. Like, you don't really want to tell everyone right now, but like, bro, Mike Williams, man. Like, why aren't people raving about like him more? Like, people should be like more like on that fantasy bandwagon more than ever with him.
So I could attest to this because Mike Williams, I've had him 1 year when it was just like a waiver wire pickup, and he's great. He's a big guy, right? He just goes up and gets those balls. I think this is the year that he's getting more fantasy relevance because of how Jay Herbo has been so great. So now we're seeing that Mike Williams Mike Williams could succeed in this offense. The problem is he's just a big go-getter, and at least for me, my problem is he lands awkwardly on those catches and he gets hurt, and I'm like, So it's like, but if he can stay on his feet this year, and if he can, be more, because you're kind of touchdown dependent on him, because that's basically what he is. He's not going to give you like crazy PPR points. He might give you like maybe 6 catches, like 100-something yards and a touchdown.
Like those fade routes, man.
But those big bomb routes.
You already know the Chargers are. These LA Chargers are going to be dropping 30 points a game.
This is the year to draft Mike Williams for sure. Yeah, this is the year.
Almost like last year, how like everyone waited on Kupp.
Yeah.
You should definitely try to grab Williams pretty quick, at least in my opinion.
So in this team, we have Jamar Chase, Leonard Fournette, Jalen Waddle. It only makes sense to grab another RB, and this guy's still here. I understand that he's splitting carries with Tony Pollard and this and that, but Ezekiel Elliott is still the guy. Feed him, bro. Okay, he's still the boy. I had him last year. I had to pick him up. I think I had the 5th pick in my draft, and I had to pick him up at that point.
He's always been a top pick,
and he started well, pick. But Cowboys and with Dak getting hurt, and then Tony Pollard kind of emerging, things kind of fell off for Zeke fantasy wise. But the man was perfect. If you're talking about like football and just him, he was what they wanted. They wanted to ease him back in. They wanted to like not overwork him and like just get make sure they preserve that aggression and what he has. So this is the year to
I hate to say it, but I'm pretty excited to see the Cowboys this year. To be honest, I hate saying
America's team.
I hate saying that, but we'll see, man. We'll see.
I'm excited to see him play. Even if Tony Pollard digs into his production, I think he still has enough. And again, we talked about it earlier with CeeDee Lamb being the only one out there. They're going to need more from Tony Pollard and Dak, or Tony Pollard and Zeke. So, Zeke is definitely a good pick right there to complete that team.
So on this one, we have Cooper Kupp, Aaron Jones. We went tight end, Mark Andrews. So I felt like we just need another running back, just kind of keep it going, keep the flow going with depth. And I actually always liked this dude. Like, I felt like he was always a solid pick. Josh Jacobs. He does catch the ball. He runs a lot. He does get touchdowns. And now with Adams there, man, I don't know, man. I think it's just gonna open up the field a little more, and I feel like he's just gonna pound the ball every time they get it closer to the end zone.
Tide, Alabama. He's I've had Josh Jacobs, and I've been a supporter of his, but last year or so, like it's been kind of hard for him. Maybe this is a year, like you said, like they open things up with Devontae. He can kind of get more going. I see him in a preseason game. It was kind of like late, and they were playing him. I'm like, damn, why are they like, is he not like the guy? Like, they're not secure this position? But I don't think there's anyone else in there that's like challenging. He's still a number 1 running back, and he's going late, but he still could be great, and he's a guy that can do it for you. So I like that pick a lot. This is where I switch things up and pick up another Josh, but not another, not what people think. Listen, they're going off early, right? sometimes
This is the first one.
It's the first one. But if we're gonna take QBs, I'm taking Josh Allen at this round. At that point, if I'm looking at my team, if I have Austin Eckler, Tyreek Hill, and AJ Brown, I feel like I could pick up anyone. Yeah, I could pick up another running back, but if I'm looking at the RBs, maybe they're not that good. You know, I'm looking at Dobbins. I'm looking at, you know, I don't even know him like at that point. Not, you know, Dobbins and he's hurt. So why not get someone who could, you know, week in give you that extra boost, that punch, bro. Those 35 point games, and like
he's an insane
pro with
the way
Eckler
he stiff arms you. He's like as big as a linebacker. Like
if I had Hill and I had Eckler and they were like, you know, whatever, I can always count on Josh Allen to give me those points. Yeah. Like
he's his grit and everything is just wild. But yeah, that was the first QB off the board, and honestly, I do believe honestly that QBs are going to go a little earlier in a lot of leagues. A lot of people like QBs that, you know, just to pick, but like we said earlier, man, that's one of the rules in fantasy is in a one QB league, you just, you know, you got to just take them late. You got to wait. You can wait. Be patient. Yeah. So speaking of Dobbins though.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of Dobbins, I had to take him next because running backs are getting there. And I think it's time for him to shine. He got hurt, and they need him to pop off. I think he's healthy.
Yeah, you're on your own with that one. I can't do it with Dobbins.
It's all right, man. It's all right. We out here.
No, I don't know, man. Like, it's one of those things in draft when you've been like doing mocks and you've been doing drafts. You see Dobbins and you're like, okay, I'll pick him up because you know what he's capable of. You know, before he got hurt, he was going off. He was literally killing it. But I'm like, he got hurt and he got hurt again and he's hurt and I'm like, it's so hard for me to draft players knowing that I'm not going to use them instantly unless it's like Godwin. That's the exception. But like, it's just hard.
I get it.
But he's kind of like at that point in the draft at that tier level, you kind of have no choice. You have to take him off. You can't let him like.
You got to remember too, risk and reward is always the thing, man.
He slid in our training day draft. He slid, and at one point I was just like, okay, can someone take him, please? Because I'm like, I don't want to take him, but somebody's got to take him. Like, so. Yeah, J.K. Dobbins, you know, for me, hit or miss, but he could be a game or week winner or league winner. I don't know. I can't say it with too much confidence. I'm sorry, J.K. Dobbins. If you ever listen to this, I don't know.
Yeah, you probably won't right now, but you will. You will eventually.
Yo, so coming up, I gotta take my boy right here. I'm a Detroit fan this year. I don't know why, but
same.
If I have Derrick Henry and Nick Chubb, right, I've solidified my RBs. Mike Evans, fire wide receiver. To complement that with Amon St. Brown.
Love that name.
Bro, right?
Like, where did it come from, first of all?
Yo, his parents, they blessed him, bro.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Amon-Ra St. Brown,
That
bro.
is pretty cool.
I can't remember exactly the record or what it was, but it's something crazy. Like he has like the most like catches or most consistent catches out of rookies. It's like carrying over into this year. Like he hasn't dropped a pass. Like it's crazy. It's something where he's got like at least like 5 catches every game, something like that. Like he's got some nice consistent number where he's the only one.
Before, man, that Lions team, man, they're
built
a little more. They're built a little different right now,
bro. If you can have the year the Lions had last year and come back and still play football this year, like no one can tell you anything, bro. Like them boys are fighting, bro. Like and he's catching balls, so I'm taking him like that, and I'm happy about it.
So as the number 2 team in the draft, having McCaffrey, Keenan Allen, and a T. Higgins. I'm feeling really, really good right now. And one thing I like about fantasy football, and sometimes is taking these chances, is stacking your quarterback and receiver. Because when they throw a touchdown to your receiver, it's just double points. So right here, there's no doubt I go Justin Herbert. It's weird to take these QBs over Mahomes like this, but honestly, man, like the stack is huge. So
I love Herbs. J Herbo. First of all, his name is just too cool, so you gotta go with him.
Yep.
And I mean, listen, Patrick Mahomes, no T Hill. To me, Josh Allen and J Herbo elevate their rankings, and we seen it last year. I had Herbo 2 years ago. He was going off then. He went off last year. I think he's gonna go off this year. I mean, his team is elite. Like he's an elite caliber player. He's tall. He stands up in the pocket. He makes that throw, and it's like. He's got an arm too.
I just hope he can go deep in the playoffs this year, man. Make that run, man. Yeah. That'd be so cool.
Yeah, I like to see it, man. Especially the Chargers. Keenan, he's been kind of like, a lot of people forget about Keenan Allen and them, and I'm happy that he's got Jay Herbo to kind of help him for the ending part of his career and really give him a chance.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love that team right now.
To finish off, this one, oh man, if you know me, I kind of make fun of this player. I'm not gonna lie to you, because being a Patriot fan, I'll never forget when Brandon Cooks. Being a Patriot fan, I'll never forget when Brandon Cooks got tossed out the game. He got rocked, and it just left this bad memory in my head.
Was it against the Eagles?
I think it was, bro. And ever since, bro, I'm I just can't pick him up because I feel like he's just so fragile, bro. But you know what? I gotta get off that dumb mentality because Brandon Cooks is actually elite, bro.
He actually eats.
He eats, bro. And he has that nice chemistry with his quarterback right now, and they he's the only guy out there. I mean, Houston sucks.
He's the only player on Houston that I'd even consider.
Yeah.
Consider.
And at this point, the valuable wide receivers are kind of going you're kind of getting into the pick 'em dark kind of areas. Not really, but people that you have to really really look out for. And I think with Cooks, you're not really have to. You're kind of set. He's going to give you about 15 points. He's a beast. He's going to get plenty of targets, plenty of looks. And again, if I have Jonathan Taylor, James Conner, Travis Kelce, I have to pick up a wide receiver. And at that point, if it's that late, Brandon Cooks is probably one of the best values late at that point. So you got to take him. That's it.
And that's the conclusion of our mock. We'll give you a little recap and who we think is the best team out of all 12.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Look at my guy flexing. I've been bringing my trophy, even though it's a little bit smaller than yours. It's the same thing, but the bronze version. But I'm gonna bring it in next time, bro. I can't have you in here just flexing your championship without me bringing it in. Do you have a name for yours? We have a name for ours. You guys have a name?
We are primetime players.
Primetime players? Okay.
Showtime and primetime. How funny.
Yeah, that's funny. So ours is Mitch's in the gridiron, and we actually call the trophy the Wink. Named
Wink?
Yeah, the Wink. The originator of fantasy football, I can't pronounce his name. It's a long German name. But the Wink is basically the short version of it. It's Winkum Bomber or something. I have to
not
look
good
it
at
up for
pronunciations.
you. But that's the short version. So that's the story. That's the story behind ours. But I like yours. Yeah, Bert, you go hard in everything you do. I see that.
I try out here. We trying out here. So, Kevin, you're in this league, and you were the one that won my league last year. So, we're coming for you this year, brother.
And in my main league, Gridiron, Brandon, I see you. You did your thing this year. I had to stop all that. I'm coming for you. So we giving y'all the shout out right there because y'all earned that respect. So back to this draft right here that we did, right? So we kind of thought about it if I had to choose out of these teams that we did the first 4 rounds at a 12-man league, top 50 players, right? Which team would have the best success starting off? This is their foundation, and that able to draft at the back end of the draft, complete the team. Which one though, starting off, was the best one? And we had a couple of them. There's a couple. I mean, it was hard.
There's some really good ones.
There's a really hard because there's some solid foundation teams that are really well balanced. There's some that are really exciting. So it was hard to kind of narrow it down. But what do you think?
I think honestly, Team 3 is my go-to to start. You got Derrick Henry, you have Mike Evans, you have you got Mike Evans and St. Brown, which is one of the coolest names in football to me. So it's dude, that's almost a clear no-brainer right there. Yeah. Pretty damn balanced. Who do you choose?
Bro, so if I had so there are 2 options for me, right? The balanced set would be Team 11. I have Joe Mixon, Deandre Swift, DK Metcalf, and DJ Moore. I feel like DK Metcalf might be the if anything, I can't even say weak and DK Metcalf in the same sentence. It don't even make sense. So I can't even say weakest link. But if I had to say that, it'd be him with Geno Smith, and I'd be okay with that. I'd be very pleased and happy that DK Metcalf was quote unquote the weakest link on my team. Yeah. So I'm like that. And then if I had to pick my other one, the exciting one,
I think this is my exciting one too.
It's gotta be Team 2. I mean, CMC, McCaffrey, Keenan Allen, T. Higgins, and then Justin Herbo, Jay Herbo. And then you can kind of fill out the team from
spicy.
There. That's balanced.
That wasn't what I was thinking though. Wow, but that is a spicy one. I'm looking at Team 5, man.
Oh, Team 5?
Eckler, Tyreek Hill.
Oh yeah,
bro, come on now, man.
I forgot about this team.
AJ Brown, you can't go wrong. And then we picked up Josh Allen to go with it.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's pretty damn complete to me, man. That's exciting, man.
So as you can see, though, our exciting teams feature a quarterback in it. So don't be afraid to reach for.
Don't be afraid to get
top
those
levels.
Those top like 3 to 4 right there, man. They're spicy. So
definitely can make or break your team. And which one do we think was like not the best?
I think Team 12.
Team 12
was pretty horrible in my opinion. Like,
it's hard to say any of these teams are terrible.
Just because Kamara, man, and Godwin, those two alone right there is kind of sketchy. The Pitts pick was a little early too, so if those two don't play, now we're depending on Pitts and
and I mean Deebo
Samuel's gonna do his thing.
He's gonna be consistent, but everyone else
you're gonna have to trade him if those other two don't play. You're gonna have to trade him and get some value. So
notice the tight end. While we did pick up Travis Kelce and Mark Andrews, if you're picking up someone like Pitts, make sure it's completing your team and not just also like adding something that could be like, okay, like, am I gonna have another problem? Do I need to pick up someone else to complete this team? Like, make sure it fits, and I know that makes like kind of like no sense if you don't play fantasy, or even if you play fantasy, and you're like, what are these guys talking about fits and stacking and this and that? It's like, no, like if you're hardcore, you understand.
There's little keys to this stuff. So
yeah, definitely. Oh man, that was it. First 48.
That was the first episode. God bless you all.
Well, I appreciate y'all, man, for coming here, watching our little fantasy football mock. But again, this is going to be a lot more on life and everything going on. This is just what's hot right now. We got fantasy football coming up, so we got all these leagues. We
just wanted to get everyone going because everyone's got 1 week to start drafting. So yeah, let's get it.
We're going to get into so many more things. There's so many things coming to the podcast that we're talking about, man. Just life, relationships, movies, TV, film, like jobs, money, religion, anything, bro.
I can't wait.
It's gonna be crazy.
No filters.
Bro. No filters. We got the toy factory here, and we got all these toys to play with. And
we're gonna be showing off. We're gonna have parodies. I came in last like a year ago in one of the leagues, so I have to do one of them
challenges. Basically, we're gonna have so much fun, man. But honestly,
I'm already embarrassed.
We're gonna let our imagination and creativity just go to work because it's like we have so much like content and vision in mind. And if you already know, again, if you're following me on my other channel, if you're not, make sure you go check that channel out too.
Subscribe, share to everyone, man. This is just a start.
Link will be in the description. But yeah, I do channel reactions, this and that. But I'm so happy to do this with you, bro.
Yeah, man.
We're bringing
awesome,
so
dude.
much. So
this is great, man. So
yeah, again, we want to thank y'all, man, for real.
You guys, take care. Until next time.
We'll see you on the next one. Peace.